Welcome to Influential Entrepreneurs, bringing you interviews with elite business leaders and experts, sharing tips and strategies for elevating your business to the next level. Here's your host, Mike Saunders.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Influential Entrepreneurs. This is Mike Saunders, the Authority Positioning Coach. Today we have with us Alan Masri, who's the founder of Safe Money Income and Insurance, and we'll be talking about achieving peace of mind in retirement. Alan, welcome to the program.
Well, thank you for having me. Nice to be here with you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking with you because I think whenever you see like a title of a conversation, achieving peace of mind, it seems like people just want to take a deep breath and go, yes, I want peace of mind. I'm tired of worry or doubt or fear. So I'm excited to hear your perspectives on how you guide your clients in achieving this peace of mind in retirement. But before we dive into that, Alan, give us a little bit of your story and your background and how did you get into the financial services industry?
Sure. Well, I'll tell you my story. I actually grew up in the antique furniture business. I'm third generation and was very successful at it. I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't something I was really passionate about. And like everybody else, I had my money in the market. I was riding the highs, chasing the gains, and then the lows actually hit. And I realized that how much I didn't really know about financial safety or security.
Yeah.
So, we had a downturn one year and I lost a lot of money. And, I had this one client, he would come in and purchase furniture from us. And we became, friends because he was in there a lot, spending a lot of money. And obviously when someone's spending a lot of money, you want to pay a little more attention to them.
Yeah.
And, he was very wealthy. And I said to him, man, I lost a lot of money in the market in this downturn. Did you lose any money? And he's like, no, I didn't lose any money. And I was like, thinking to myself, well, how is that, So a little time went by. We had another dip in the market. And he happened to come in and asked him the same question. I said, I lost a lot of money with this dip that's going on. He says, it's not affecting me. So I got really curious and I said, you know what? I want to know, what is it that you're doing where you're not losing any money? He said, well, you know what? He invited me into his office. I made an appointment with him. I didn't really know what he did, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I just knew he had a lot of money. He was spending it. And I went into his office and what happened was we sat down and he started showing me financial products that I've never, ever heard of or ever seen. So the first question came to my mind is why hasn't everybody heard about this? And number two, why wasn't it common knowledge?
Yeah.
And he saw my enthusiasm. He saw how much I really enjoyed learning these things. And he asked me if I would like to learn how I can help others who are conservative like myself about these different types of financial products. And I said, yeah. And at that time, to be honest with you, we had 2008, we had a housing crisis. Obviously, when you're selling high-end durable goods for homes, we were very affected by it.
Yeah.
Kind of downsized a few times, but then during that time, I was learning from him, and I got my licenses, the things I needed to do what he does, and I started learning from him. And I really loved it, man. And I'll tell you, when I sit down with clients and I see the faces and I see when they have that aha moment, when they realize, there's things out there that they have a right and they should know about. And that's exactly what happened with me. So I like to share that with others. And that's where my passion comes from for this business. And that's
I love it. And there's
started.
nothing better than personal experience. Like when you felt that angst, like, man alive, how are you not losing money? And I am. And then he finally shows you and it didn't feel weird or it wasn't any offshore this or anything strange. You're like, oh, well, that makes sense. And now all of a sudden you're like, well, this makes a huge difference for me. How can I help other people? And I think that's just so huge because no matter what, if you pick a day or a week or a month in the market, you just don't know. It's going to be up, down, and all around. And that volatility can just be crazy, which is potentially just fine in your 20s. But when you start getting to another certain age where you're starting to see retirement on the horizon, maybe in your early 50s, let's say, you need to start battening down the hatches. So how do you work with your clients to make sure that they are insured to have that guarantee income? Because I know that there's some of the smart ways you learn to help them lock in, guaranteed income for life. And I think that's such a strong word, guaranteed income. So let's start off with that question. How do you serve your clients and teaching them in that realm?
That is a very strong word. And I'll tell you, growing up with my family, they come from Lebanon and they just have no concept of this type of stuff. And basically, they don't retire. They just keep working as long as they can keep working. So, one of the ways that we do is, we show people how they can have a guaranteed income for life by creating a reliable income plan. And, that combines several financial strategies. And one of the most effective ways is through the use of annuities, specifically the lifetime income annuities. And what they do is they provide a regular payment for as long as the retiree lives. And they can be purchased through insurance companies, and that's a really big way to help people create a lifetime income. And one of the other things that we do, and I'll tell people, work with a financial advisor, to determine.
You've been listening to Influential Entrepreneurs with Mike Saunders. To learn more about the resources mentioned on today's show or listen to past episodes, visit www.influentialentrepreneursradio.com.